Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to the Lord of the Rings adventure card game. So I'm 40% through, apparently, the Tower of the Necromancer, which, boy, am I surprised that there is an actual percentage being shown here, because you just would never see that. If you failed, or came back to this menu for any reason, you would come back to this section, so obviously it would make a lot of sense for 40% to be put here. I said that I was just going to play this whole section off screen, but I have made a change while I was playing, in that there was a location specific fate ability to slip through the window. When I activated that ability, it took me to a completely different story narrative and a completely different location, which I guess means that there's probably several side locations throughout these campaigns that I've just missed because I have not been engaging with the fate system and the location specific fate systems in particular. Also, I made all this progress probably a week ago, so it is going to be fairly tough to jump back into this and have any hope of success.
Snig watches from his usual perch amongst the shelves as the mouth of Dol Guldur speaks a final phrase over the last of the fonts gathered before him. The library is a sanctuary for the mouth. It connects him to the one true master for whom this place was once a laboratory and sanctum for the same dark magics that the mouth uses now. Though he is nowhere near the sorcerer that the master is, the mouth has learned much here, poring over notes written in the master's own hand so very long ago. The mouth ponders his own existence in service of what once seemed an endless line of masters. He had risen in the ranks slowly, taking careful advantage of opportunities as they appeared, so that he might someday serve the one true master. Now, he serves one who is himself but a single step removed. He had come far. The faintest of footfalls brings him out of his musings.
Sneak.
He smiles.
I believe we have guests.
So I guess this is the mouth. No face or real description around him as a character. And then we're still really not getting any confirmation that the one true master is really Sauron, but we do get a hint here that this one true master was more corporeal, or likely to be more physical originally a long time ago, and now is more of a energy and force, just in the same way that Sauron was a humanoid creature originally and became more of a magical force at the end of the Lord of the Rings. So,
a gift I will give you.
I shall claim full amends for every fall and stubbed toe.
If I can recall, the strategy here is that in the first couple of sections of this campaign, you really want to save up your energy on the fate levels here. That way you can potentially reduce fate and prevent the place of great evil from kicking in, or fully heal everybody. So I'm in a different location. This is not technically the final challenge, though, where we have to defeat the mouth of Dol Guldur, which I assume is not this character. I guess this is Snig. A 1/6 with stealth upkeep restores 1 fate or 1 energy to each hazard. So we have a pool of Ichor, vile magics. I can't even read this. Upkeep grant +2 health to the mouth of Dol Guldur, and then Upgate. Restore health to the mouth of Dol Guldur. And this is the mouth of Dol Guldur, which I couldn't even tell you what this is originally. Okay, now I see it. It is a hooded man with an arm. I was thinking this was some kind of monstrous face with like the eyes being here, but that's not what it is. Counter and stalwart. So immediately you have to attack this. Then you have to really attack this. On top of which, health is still a problem. And I've only 2 heroes here. This is an ally. So it's important to recognize that also. Okay. We do have 7 energy. So might be a benefit around that.
You need not worry about anything.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and play this too. I guess I could have put this in a defense mode. There might have been a movement around that. Stalwart may actually prevent this one from doing anything though. Alright, so let me just put this in defense mode. Yeah, Stalwart lets him attack twice. Okay. So yeah, it does seem to me like the move here
Soon all land will lie in shadow.
is to destroy that fast. This will restore 1 to each hazard, or I could put it in defense mode. I think it's probably better putting that in defense mode. Meanwhile, I think it probably makes sense to give this character defense, the block ability, and then self-healing.
Let's have some fun.
We have 1 more energy, so we might as well do
You'll
the sneak
find
attack.
no better inn than the prancing pony.
Let's see, power, spend 1 resource to draw a card. Well, we can't do anything with that, so kill that character. And then just do 1 damage to everybody. So, we have 7 here. 5, 6, 7 if we attack with everything. It would destroy this. So. I guess that's just the move to make. If I put this in defense mode and this attacked, I wouldn't take any damage. And I could kill this right now and say protect myself. This one seems to not have enough resources, so we can't actually do 7 here.
Farewell.
Let's see.
For Rivendell!
Almost certainly makes sense to attack that. But if we destroy this, you still have the problem of not defeating the Mouth of Dol Guldur. You still have to deal with that next. I have a trap here to exhaust the next enemy played, which I don't know when that got attached, but it doesn't seem to be actually kicking in. Yeah, and by playing that card, it doesn't really change anything, does it? But we're about to lose 2 more turns. Unless we can heal this character up quite a bit. He needs to be really 1 more health. This one might survive, so I could put this in defense mode. And he played this card and didn't activate that trap.
For Rivendell!
Unless it became a situation where I don't know what to really do here. Unless you just won by destroying this. I think you have a lot of logic just to kill this.
Not on my watch.
I guess the slight hope here is that we would get to this point and nothing would die. And then you have 5 more turns after this to basically win. Although weirdly he's not... Oh, for a second there I thought he wasn't going to activate that. Okay, so now you have the problem though, of course, you have only 4 turns to win, unless you can figure out something else to do. Attack that, and you do half of the damage necessary.
I pass into the west.
And there goes our last hero. And I seemingly just cannot play this card. Like, nothing seems to let that happen. Which creates a weird situation where no matter what I would have done, would have never been able to kill this character. So that still puts you in the same thing. Alright. Is there any possibility that I can actually win there? Doesn't feel like there is. So, the move here is almost certainly to move to a battle deck and start all over again.
Snig squirms with worry.
You have journeyed.
Don't be precise, and don't worry.
Okay.
My axe
It's
is
not this
restless
distract
in my hands.
the
Do what
patrols.
you will, but I will
quest.
hinder it if I may.
This watchful piece will probably be useful. +1 health and gain block would be very useful. +2 health and gain block would be very useful. And we don't need that right now, though. So we're supposed to defeat 3 waves of patrols. There's not really anything else to do here. The main trick is to have 6 fate points by the end of this run. Okay. Defend on that. Defend on that. And then fate on that one, I guess. Ideally, I just want 12 fate. So this is going to be the first one we want to give that to. And then we don't really have anything else we can do. So we'll end the phase there. In the turn. Turn phase, who knows. What is this gonna do? Shed 3 cards. So we probably should get rid of that as a thing, because we don't really want to lose cards.
I will smite you if you touch him.
Okay. We have 2 watchful pieces and that and block.
This way.
I'm gonna power this guy up even more. Go ahead and play that and lower our threat level. What we're not seeing, though, is any upkeep or health options, which it would be beneficial to have something like that, even if it's a fate triggered one or something. Restore 1 health to every hero. Okay. So then this can kill that.
Aye, steady now.
And so you might end up just using this to refill your whole health on all your heroes, if you're not careful. Exhaust one ally, ready a different ally. I just don't think you can play that, so I don't know specifically why it's stopping me. I guess what it's doing probably is it's telling me that I can activate something like this. If this gave me 1 extra resource at the moment, though, I don't think that would help me much.
This way.
Is one of these a dwarf? Both of these are dwarfs. Okay, so we have a 5 here. So if we attack with that, then we attack with that, that kills that guy. I do think, though, pretty much at this point, you kind of have to activate this. Which then makes an argument to refilling your fate again. Seemingly, it doesn't seem like there's anything else you can really play at the moment. I could put this in defense mode and do some damage, but not on characters I really care about. We're just doing a last setup in this run in the hope that the next run is just almost completely skipped. So summon 2 random orc units. He can only really, well, apparently he's not limited by any rules. Could do Gandalf to deal 3 damage. Could also do Gandalf to remove 3 fate.
I will be the shield maiden no longer.
So immediately we've lost another character.
I am a servant of the secret fire.
Don't play any tricks.
That seemingly turned these two into your patrols. Weirdly. This guy has more attack than the other characters. So it straight up makes more sense to exhaust him to unexhaust him.
Time for us all.
Yeah. Defeat one minion. So, in that attempt at a setup there, we still have a fairly high amount of threat.
The mouths of Dol Guldur
And we have
deeply.
I await your
a lot of dead people. And we don't have what we would need next. Here. The sneak through the window option is, I guess, in the next location. Doesn't seem like you would likely even make it that far. Defeat every enemy in play, possibly. Could happen this turn, but it's not likely to. Remember, we're playing standard difficulty here. Battle deck's not working. Let's try Shadow's Reach deck. That would be the weirdest deck, certainly.
Snig squirms with worry.
You have...
I am commanded to slay all whom I find in this land.
Dwalin at your service.
It's a weird combination where you just need a lot of fate points eventually, where you can get it, and you need a lot of health and help, and you need a lot of attack. And noticeably, you just don't get a lot of people on the field, regardless of who you're playing as. Ranged, Vanquish, draw one card. Not sure what Vanquish does. I think if you do Advanced Warning, that's probably your best first move. Then can't do a Surge, so we bring out, I guess, the 2/4. Maybe we hold on to this one and try and use its ability later.
So be it.
Kill him.
And so that trap did work. Counter the next event that Sauron plays. Let's go ahead and do that. That could be very helpful. Are these events, though? Like, is well prepared supposed to be used way when we get to the place of evil?
I will smite you if you touch him.
Gain +2 health and block. Seems like a smart move. At least protects you from one character and sets up one character to be your defender. Meanwhile, I guess you just attack here. One resource to Sauron. Probably not that much, but
Maggots, said you're cooked.
of course that just then brings the next two waves of enemies. I just don't see how anything really survives this first major onslaught. You'd have to get very lucky, or you'd have to build a deck custom around the idea of House of Healing. Choose one hero in your discard pile. So apparently there's a discard pile somewhere. This game doesn't even show that as an option. What do we want to kill? This, I guess. Then that lets me ready this character. And then that lets me kill that character.
Let's have some fun.
No living man am I.
Be it.
I'm trying my best here, I really am, but I am being fairly disheartened by
Shall be preserved.
the onslaught that they're throwing at us. I guess if you brought this guy back, if this guy died, and then you brought him back, maybe you'd be at full health at that point. But overall, it really does just feel like there's no strategy here that works. You need stronger cards, and that's just the one thing this game does not really unlock for you or give you is significantly stronger cards. Like, there is no double block in which you can reduce the amount of damage you take or anything like that. stealth. I mean,
Not idly do the leaves of
I guess giving that stealth protects something.
no living man am I.
Be it.
So, cancel the next event, which would have been +1 threat, but then it plays something else and then just piles on even more. For energy to defeat one minion.
So be it.
Restore 4 to a hero. I guess the only thing we can do left is sneak attack.
I will be the shield maiden no longer.
So there's our one hero. Maybe you play this to restore the hero at the last second. And that would maybe make some sense, but nothing really deals with the threats. And if you were to play weaker characters so you didn't start at as high of a threat level, that really wouldn't change anything either. There goes your second hero.
Months of dull.
You stand in the shadow of...
Notice it takes a while to load. Defeat 6 enemy units or every enemy in play. You just are not set up for that. Like, if I played a guard this turn, it probably doesn't save anything. If I play House of Healing this turn, I can pick one or the other characters.
I am commanded to slay all whom I
And his
find
health
in this
is
land.
back to the maximum. But that's like the only thing that even saves you for one turn.
For the White City!
Will you not be taken by surprise?
For Gondor!
You don't have
Cooked.
any way that you could win by just defeating everybody on that first turn. So yeah, there's nothing I can do here. I guess I could put this guy in defense mode. If I had more cards to bring back the other hero, maybe you'd have a chance. We're in a very dangerous position right now because this is the second episode I've spent now trying to find some way to defeat this campaign and move on to the next part of this campaign, the next quest. And I'm not really seeing a lot of possibilities. Yes, this is a deck building game. Yes, I should theoretically be making more decks and experimenting. But I've been playing for quite a long time now, and for the life of me, I can't think of any cards that I could build or use to do better here. These are orcs, so is there a special way to make an anti-orc deck? Not really, not that I know of. We can't put like these negative things on. We don't have cards that we could, as far as could put on enemies, as far as shadow cards. And honestly, putting shadow cards on Sauron's enemies probably just empowers them instead of hurting them. Gandalf alone does not win. It would be kind of nice if Gandalf was a card that just said you win no matter what, but that doesn't happen. Even if I did pull off by some miracle victory, almost certainly I would lose when this threat of 46 happens in 3 turns or less. So it's not even really worth continuing to play. Yeah, best case scenario, I guess, would be to do that. I guess technically we could do that. That would give me 1 resource to play, 1 card, which doesn't help. And so here we are. He's just going to activate Place of Great Evil, kill that character.
Farewell.
Unceremoniously killing your chances. So I've tried the starter deck, I've tried the battle deck, I've tried the Shadow's Reach deck. The only other deck you even get is the Explorer's deck. Maybe there is some kind of real balance in the Explorer's deck that makes sense.
Elrond's daughter. Give me adventure over respectability any day.
You'd almost need, at the beginning here, a ability to yeah, if you had an ability to eliminate things of the same name, there might be a logical thing there. And having this guy might make some sense overall, to spend 1 resource and ready yourself. And you could possibly do that multiple times. Whereas this one will restore 1 health. This will cancel damage from the next enemy attack this round. Which, okay, start with that. Attack with that. Use your power. Attack with that. But you can only use your power once. You can't use it multiple times. If there was a way you could use it multiple times, then that would be something.
The king under the mountain.
Weirdly, this does kind of give the feeling that I'm on a better track this time. Just because I have 2 extra characters. Restore your health to start with. Self-preservation, eventually yes, but what makes the most sense first? Let's try and kill this character quickly.
He cannot stand alone.
This way.
Okay. Can we do anything to stop this one from attacking and killing? Well, he won't kill anybody, will he? Yeah, if there was some kind of special item that this guy could get so he could attack multiple times, then it'd really have some major value. Suppose I could heal this character back up and try and keep him alive. Spend 1 resource gain, +2 in 1 character. Grant +2 to 1 character. I don't know if we need that. I should have. Should have attacked this character first. That would have made more sense. And see, the weird thing here is you don't just win when you have 12 fate. If you did just win, that would be nice, certainly, but just doesn't work that way. You need this guy to attack this guy. Then do that. Keep on hitting that, I guess. I kind of wish characters with guard would regain guard every turn. That would seem like that would be fair. Did that guy regain guard? That would be weird. If that's actually how it works, and I didn't realize it. Alright, well. Let's just go ahead and kill this guy. Nope, we have to kill this guy first.
I serve no man.
Or at least attack that guy first.
You're cooked.
So potentially we've set ourselves up now in a slightly better position.
He cannot stand alone. My lord Teleport.
It's a lot more tit for tat now. A lot of trade-offs happening. Okay.
There.
Filthy little vermin.
So that just puts you at 12. And I'll just click here on 12 just to make sure nothing activates there. Doesn't seem like it. So you end the turn at 12. Being at a full 12 doesn't stop your threat level from going up or anything like that. It's not an instant victory like being at 50 on the threat level.
For the master.
Okay. Minus 1 resource to Sauron.
On to adventure!
2 progress, we don't really want to do that. We've lost our block characters though. So you can gain some safety by killing that character. But you're definitely not gaining progress.
He cannot stand alone.
For Rivendell!
So either I'm just playing terribly, even on this first encounter, or they just really wear you down on the first encounter. Yeah. I don't know how you fix this. I don't know what kind of custom deck you would have to build. I do have enough resources, certainly, that if there was a clear path forward, I could purchase with the Fellowship Points cards to build a better deck. That's not the problem. Okay. need to be able to kill one of these guys. So if we started by doing that, and then we threw a character out like that. Might as well do that. Just kind of trying to wait for this character to go away. But there's no winning here. Not easily. You have to do something like this. Then you would have to do that. Then do, I guess, that. I would need one more resource. Okay. Let's do this. So once again, just like major struggle.
You stand in the shadow of...
The difference is you do have fate points now, but to make these fate points work, I don't see how that's really going to happen. Our threat level's kind of low, so I appreciate that. Let's see. Activate this. One resource and heal each hero. Self-preservation. Alright, so let's start by just killing that. We should have done that first. Can we defeat everything on the field at the moment? I'd have to place this on an ally.
The fate of the mirror is in my hands no longer.
So yeah, if you got something that had, if you had just a full stalwart deck, or something that readied your characters multiple times, there might be a solution in that.
Aye, steady now.
Of course, the real solution, if I'm struggling this much, is to just look online and see if there's maybe a walkthrough or a deck building guide that would tell me exactly what to do, what cards and what kind of deck to build. And yeah, the real problem here is I just am drastically losing interest overall.
These parts are none too
How much more work and time should I have to really put into these campaigns, particularly if you're just doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. I basically might as well just give up now. I need to defeat 3 enemies with only 1 character on the field. Best case scenario, I delete this 1 enemy and then lose. I think the trick here that this is highlighting particularly is it kind of doesn't matter if you have strong characters. It is way more valuable to have cheap cards and characters and get them on the field. And that card in particular, increase your power, is pretty useless. You would need fairly strong characters when you got to this 3rd section, but even at that, if I have the maximum of 7 characters on the field and I'm taking 7 turns and the Sauron side is only taking 3 actions in that first turn, I think you, even in that case, overwhelm Sauron.
Has the trail gone cold?
No point in sitting around.
Just not gonna get anywhere at all. Guess you could end your phase on a stealth. +1 attack to every enemy's insane. I'm actually surprised I've even survived this long. So if I was going to try and build an overwhelm with block stalwart deck, you probably aren't going to find cards to do that. But you might find cheap cards.
Into the west.
So yeah, an hour more into this progress, and we went from 40% where I got lucky to never even making it to that 40% again, and we're now at 20%. Let's just play along here with the deck building. We would want things that possibly cost nothing. So let's see what a cheap deck looks like. Cards, 0 cost. Let's see. We haven't had any of this where you would need 3 of one character class. And maybe that's what's killing us, is that we really do need to just go all 3 in one specific sphere, whether it's leadership or lore or spirit or tactics. And what I want to do here is actually see these 0 cost cards. not the 1 and more cost cards, so you have to unclick everything else. Oh, this is a pretty bad system here too. Cancel damage from the next enemy attack. Can't read any. Grant counter for 0. And you seemingly just can't do anything until you have a hero. So, if we need a leadership hero, who's possibly +1 attack if not exhausted, counter gain protect after triggering defense, limit once per round. So this one potentially has some safety.
At your service.
Healing each turn does get you somewhere, but not far enough. +1/+1 if you have 6 or more. Restore 1 to each character each time you play an event. 1 health to each character. A lot of these characters don't feel like they do enough. If anything, it might make a lot of sense to draw a card. Power grant guard to a card. Stealth achieve. Exhaust to reduce 1 fate and draw a card. That is a possibility. If Glowinfield takes damage this round, -1 fate, that's also a possibility.
Right.
Weirdly, that filtered after I clicked that third one. That activated a filter, so I can't see the other cards. Limit 1 per time. With Vanquish, ranged upkeep, deal 1 damage. Gain 2 threat. Anything that would specifically increase your threat's almost certainly going to be a no. Recover 1 of your own non-unique allies. Grant Surge to the next ally played this round. That might work just to bring things back alive. +1 attack of guard. Vanquish -1 to Sauron.
I'm coming with you.
So then that moves you to the cards and filters just to the sphere of influence, which does allow me to get 2 good points. But this is not purchased, so I'd have to actually purchase this to get a friend in need. Careful planning, -1 fate for each cost of everything. Is it worth it to really have gathering strength? Probably not. There's so many cards here that are locked. Here's what I was thinking though, is overwhelm them with a 1/1/1 that costs 0. But I'd have to purchase that, and there's only 2 characters on that route. Only 2 characters like that. So that's the 0 cost. Then that we can do at the moment. And then you just have a lot more. Grant +1 and plus health to each person. But then I would have to have 3 of those. This does beg a question, which at this point I think I'm gonna not even bother to go any further here. But this has interested me. Do we have enough to do each sphere of influence? Like, obviously if I want 3 purples, I can do 3 purples. But if I want 3 greens, can I do 3 greens? Yes. Can I do 3 blues? Yes. Can I do 3 reds? Yes. But you're effectively having to do something really crazy if you go that route. So then let's ask this question here. What cards, if you were to do only 1 sphere of influence and have a level 3 card, what cards would possibly be an option? You have a Light from Within to grant +1 power and 2 health to every ally, not hero. You have +4 health and block for a hero only, which that's somewhat helpful. You can exhaust a minion through the next round and then potentially recover. I don't understand how this works. It exhausts 1 minion through the next round, but this is a special attachment card. So I don't understand the recover another copy of that card. +1 for each dwarf in play. So this is where you would build, I guess, an old dwarf deck. Draw a card every time you lose threat. Destroy 3 health to 1 character if you want all green. Each time you apply progress this round, deal the same amount of damage to 1 enemy. That would work only in very specific cases. Or ready each of your exhausted characters if you went all purple. So most of these cards are available for purchase, or half of them are, and none of them are really valuable. Which that seems insane, that there really should be a complicated but high reward experience for having level 3 spheres of influence cards, but it doesn't. Like this, block and guard is, I guess, exactly what I would want. But I could only have 2 of those anyways, so I'd have to have 2 purples and then a character that already has at least block. We're looking at the level 2 sphere of influences. Cards gain ambush and block. I don't really understand what ambush is for. It does seem to me like 2 purples are the right way to go. Grant +1 attack and guard to up to 3 characters if we went with 2 reds. Restore 2 health to 1 hero if we go 2 greens. These different spheres don't really make any sense. They all seem to do just about the same stuff. It would make a lot more sense if red, being the sphere of tactics, always increased the red colored health, and then blue, being the sphere of spirit, for some crazy reason would always increase the blue attack. Obviously these colors are not lining up very well. Also, you would have a sphere that would have been yellow to increase the yellow, and then the purples would have been attachment cards. But yeah, colors, the colors definitely don't line up. Yeah. And again, I've just lost interest. There's barely 100 cards in this game, but I do not have any desire to go through all of this and try and figure out what, or even look at the other cards, the rest of them, or to try and build some kind of deck. And yes, this is a problem also when I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or other collectible card games, is that I am so overwhelmed with the challenge of the daily quests in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or just a challenge in a campaign that I don't want to ever really invest the extra time to try and build a new deck and then learn a new deck, which I haven't even really mentioned that even if I did have the interest in building a new deck, I'd still have to learn how to play it. I do think I probably have a decent thought as far as how you are supposed to play each of these starter decks, but I don't think that that's quite good enough to get me to ever actually win here. So I'm gonna go back and do what I said last time, since we're at an hour and 20 minutes, and I will play off screen. I am clearly very frustrated with this, and we may just not get to quest 5 of Shadows Fall. We can skip, and we can see as far as just how far as we will get with the Witch King's Grasp, which all of this still feels like this might just be Hobbit stories. And then if we're not capable of actually defeating all the campaigns, it is almost certainly going to just be a single attempt at each one of these more difficult encounters. And then I will be done with Lord of the Rings one way or the other as far as the adventure card game, and will almost certainly never come back and play it again. Part of that is certainly because there is just no active multiplayer. people, but even if there was an active multiplayer base and I was playing with real people, the game itself just does not have the updates that it should have, or the variety that it should have. And yes, there are still a ton of achievements to unlock, but I will never get all of those achievements done. We're at 14 of 73 at the moment. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. If you want to follow me on any social media sites, there might be a couple links down below in the description box. Otherwise, there's some support links to help me further. Like, share, and subscribe, all of that. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.